Asking questions. Now, as a kid, I learned the basic question words to be how, who, when, where, why, and what, or how and the 5 W's. It sounds like Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. Well, kind of. Anyway, before we go there, you already know how to make questions. Well, almost. Do this. Take a statement like, you have a dog. Du hast einen Hund. Notice we have a verb in the second position. Now break the second position verb rule and swap the first 2 words so we have you a dog? And you're done. This is like saying, do you have a dog? Now German has a word for do, but it doesn't use it to make questions. And I'm not sure why we do either. Anyway, hast du einen Hund? This is just going to work all the time. It's the first point of call for questions. Did you sleep well? Hast du gut geschlafen? Do you know where my keys are? Weißt du, wo meine Schlüssel sind? How is that? Very excellent, I'd say. But of course, sometimes we need to use how and the 5 W's. So let's look at them now. Okay, so let us start with how, and then we'll mix it up a bit. Wie. Wie is how. It's not wir. Wir is we. Wie is how. How are you? Wie geht's dir? Or wie geht es dir? How old are you? Wie alt bist du? If I want to know your name, I would say, what's your name? You might want to say, was ist dein Name? But better to think, how are you called? Clumsy in English, perfect in German. Wie heißt du? A question we form in English with what is formed with how in this example. What's the time is another one. It's formed with wie, how. How late is it? Wie spät ist es? Now what? Oh yeah, now what? Here's a goodie. What is that? Was ist das? So like, you know the word in English, you know what the thing is. Now you want to know what is that in German. Was ist das auf Deutsch? Or you might call up your friend and want to know what they are doing today. What are you doing today? Was machst du heute? Now where? We've seen where in the movie Wo, Wohin, Woher. So, a refresher then. Where am I? Wo bin ich? Or how about wo with the verb sein? However, with movement, we get where do you go? Wohin gehst du? Or where do you come from? Woher kommst du? Okay, good. Now let's look at when. It's not wenn, it's wann. Wann with some measure of time. When is it happening? Wann passiert das? When does it start? Wann fängt das an? When does it finish? Wann endet das? When should I call you? Wann soll ich dich anrufen? Who is kind of a weird one because it's wer. It's not where, but it sounds like it. Who was that? Wer war das? Or somebody is acting all uppity and you want to ask, who do you think you are? Wer denkst du, dass du bist? Now look at the difference here. Who's coming to the party? Wer kommt zur Party? And who have you invited to the party? Wen hast du zur Party eingeladen? You did the inviting, and they are doing the coming. You might think of it as, you have invited who to the party. Du hast wen zur Party eingeladen? They, the people invited, are an object. They are directly invited. Einladen is an accusative verb, so we need a chart. As you'd guess with a case thing, there are 3 possibilities: wer, wen, and wem. Let's get a dative example. That's row 3. To round things off, how about who? Or more correctly, if somewhat formal sounding in English, to whom did you give the money? Wem hast du das Geld gegeben? Money was given. Money is an accusative object. The other object must be dative. Whomever was given the money is the dative object. Wem hast du das Geld gegeben? Now why? We leave why to last. Why did you move to Germany? Warum bist du nach Deutschland gezogen? Why do you want to speak German? Warum willst du Deutsch sprechen? A child might ask you, why is the sky blue? Warum ist der Himmel blau? Not such an easy question to answer. If you don't know, then you don't know. Ich weiß nicht. Sorry. Recap. The basic how, who, when, where, why question words in German are wie, wer, wen, wem, wann, wo, wohin, woher, warum. So too, who and where have 3 case forms, and the others don't. Beware that wer, who, nominative, and where sound kind of the same, but they are false friends designed to fool you. And it would be cool to just say, okay, that's questions in German, but I said basic questions for a reason. There's more, but not in this movie. Okay, then just a hint. So imagine somebody says to you, why are you here? Warum bist du hier? It doesn't sound too nice, does it? A bit aggressive. Perhaps a bit more politely, what are you here for? You might guess, wo bist du hier für? But you can probably feel in your bones that that really doesn't work. Rather, it's, wofür bist du hier? Wofür? Cool. Wo plus für. What for? What are you here for? Or literally, for what are you here? Something completely new. Something to look at in another movie. So that's something to look forward to. And so, we're done. That's it. Questions? Questions? Once you've mastered questions and somebody asks you one, all you have to do is, well, answer it. Language Gym. Show up, work out.